What's going on, everybody? Today is Sunday. We're going to talk about what happened this weekend. I'm going to do a cover over for the packs that I won in the Pokemon Challenge. Unfortunately, the venue did not have any Unified Minds packs, but they did have Unbroken Bonds, so enjoy the opening. Today, I went to Gamescape San Francisco, which is a local game shop in the heart of San Francisco. I've been there a couple times previously for Magic events. And I believe the last time I went there, I made top 8, and I made it all the way to the finals and lost in the finals playing Abzan, I believe. We had a Pokemon challenge there today. Ended up being 16 people. I believe it was 5 juniors, 11 masters. 4-rounder. They kept the juniors and masters separate. Best of 1, 30-minute rounds, but unfortunately they did have a lunch break. Could have been a sub 3-hour tournament, ended up being like a 4 to 5 hour tournament. For the results, first round I played against the mirror match, and I believe this match shows my mastery of it, because although the deck does have Reshiram Charizard, I actually don't use Reshiram Charizard as one of the go-to Pokemon. I use most of the one prize Pokemon like Volcanion, Blacephalon aka Pennywise, Turtonator, and even the Heatran GX, which is a double prizer. I usually have those doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and I only use the Reshiram Charizard to do kind of like the 1-2 finish if I need to get a big tag team out. I was able to win that game pretty easy-handedly. The second match I played against Pikarom. He played it very weird. He was stuck in a position where he couldn't one-hit knock out my Reshiram Charizard. He custom captured my Reshiram Charizard out from my bench. I had 3 energy on it, and he ended up using his Pikarom in order to full blitz onto his Zeraora. He wanted to get the damage in because the very next turn I would have Ninetales it out anyways. I did have the welder and the energy in order to attach, in order to knock out the Pikarom. So I was up on prizes, and my opponent actually played it smart the following turn. He ended up searching for a Zapdos, and with 2 Electro Power was able to knock out my Reshiram Charizard, not leaving another big Pokemon like a Zeraora out, or a Raichu, a Alolan Raichu, for easy knockout. It didn't really matter in the end because I was just using 1-2 prize Pokemon. I believe my Volcanion ended up taking out his Zapdos, and the following turn he was stuck with not having enough energy, and he was essentially just hoping that I would whiff on maybe a welder or not, but it wasn't meant to be because I had all the pieces in my hand. It's funny, he had reset stamped me once earlier in the game, putting me back down to 4 cards. It wasn't that bad of a hand. I was able to Dedenne out of it, but the turn right before the game ended, he essentially restamped me to 2 cards. The following turns I needed a Turtonator and a welder. I already had the Giant Earth out on the table in order to close out the game, and I ended up drawing for my reset stamp both a Turtonator and a welder, so it put me in a really good position to finish and clinch the game, going 2-0. The following match I played him before. He's a very friendly guy. I really appreciate his sportsmanship like conduct. He's still playing the Mewtwo deck. He got really unfortunate in that he had to discard 2 welders early in the match to his Dedenne. Put me in a very favorable position, but for some reason I wasn't able to collect all the pieces of my deck all at the right time. I was digging a lot with Jirachi, resetting my hand with the Dedenne. We both ended up going to time. With him with low on cards, he wasn't able to knock out my Pokemon in time, and I essentially had put myself in a bad position where I didn't have enough energy to close out the game. So we both ended up 2-0-1 going into the final round, and I got paired down against a Malamar player who was 2-1. He ended up using his GX attack early in the game to take out my Vulpix, so I wasn't able to evolve it to Ninetales. I ended up getting that tag team with my Heatran GX, and then later on I was able to 1-for-1 him. So I ended up going 3-0-1, an undefeated record, so to speak. With tiebreakers, unfortunately, I was second place. Some people say that's unfortunate. I'm actually happy with that. Second place netted me 12 championship points. It's not that much of a difference from first place, which is 15 points, so I'm not going to super complain about that. I'm happy that I was able to add more points. The trip wasn't wasted. If I had lost the last match, probably would have put me out of 1 through 4th place because they were only paying out championship points to the top 4, so it would have probably bumped me out of top 4 and out of contention for points. So I'm really happy to add 12 points to my pool right now. It's gonna put me like around 91 points for the season. That's with 4 challenges and 1 cup. I'm really happy with those results. Prize payout wasn't too bad. I liked the judge staff. It was very nice. One thing I didn't like though was the lunch break. I feel like it could have been undone, but at the same time I understand of it because there was a lot of juniors. They're really young, and playing 4 matches of Pokemon consecutively can have a toll. I think for the customer experience, I'm okay with that. But thanks guys for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.